Good morning, people. It's Ola. I'm your boy, your host, and I'm bringing you the recap of what went on over the weekend. USYK versus AJ, the UFC 266 roundup. Um, yeah, mad weekend. Crazy weekend of sports, and yeah, and Arsenal beat Arsenal beat Tottenham yesterday. I'm I'm ecstatic about that. I got a little bit of spring in my step this morning. But let's get back to what I came here to talk about, which is the fight game that went on the weekend. Let's start with the boxing. AJ got defeated by Usyk, lost all his belts. Usyk, the better man on the night. His movement was fantastic. Stepping jabs. I mean, a lot of people, I see them giving AJ maybe 4 rounds, 5 rounds. I don't know where they got that from. I don't know what they were watching, but for me, I probably gave AJ 2 rounds. I gave AJ 2 rounds. He did not turn up in that fight, not one bit. He did not turn up at all. After after Usyk had the better of him. Usyk he was a better man on the night, man. He did everything that he set out to do. Um, I mean, Alpha AJ would have come in there, use his size, bully him around, just take away some of that energy, some of that, so some of that power that was dropping on AJ because it looked like it rocked him at some point. AJ was knackered in that fight. Um, so I don't know how. I'm not even confident that he's gonna come back and win the rematch. That's how much Usyk impressed me in the first place. Alpha Usyk was absolutely fantastic in this fight. Um, then you know the way AJ took the loss, you got to commend him for that. The way he took the loss very well, as AJ always does. It takes all the responsibilities for why he lost the fight, and only him knows what he did wrong. In that fight, and I for one, I'm a big AJ fan, and I for one hope that he can literally go back to the drawing board and solve this puzzle of Usyk. And these mandatories, uh, they they they're not a walk in the park. They're not there to they're there to throw spanners in the work. And these guys are talented enough. And Usyk, I mean, going into this fight was undefeated. He stays undefeated, and many congratulations to him. I thought it was fantastic on the night. Um, kudos to the guy. UFC 266. I'm just gonna take it right from the top. Um, gonna go from the main card and just work my way down. So bear with me. Alexander Volkanovski. I mean, this was a fight. This fight was so good. They got fight of the night out of it. Um, it's crazy because I thought Ortega was done. Um, at going into the third round. That's how good Volkanovski was. Volkanovski, the guy is a beast, man. He's a machine. He just does not stop. And I knew going into this fight, I kept saying it, I said it plenty of times, that there will become a time where Volkanovski becomes reckless with his neck. And when he does, Ortega's gonna wrap him up. It was deep. I don't know how Volkanovski got out of these. Even in the post-match conference, the man was saying he was gurgling, he was making some sounds, some weird sound, um, like this. They asked him how deep this guillotine was. They asked him how deep it was. He says it was. I was about to lose my belt type of deep. That's how deep it was. And then he got him. He got him with another triangle in there. Um, I mean, Ortega did what he could. He threw his Hail Marys at him. It didn't work um, because Volkanovski is just too good, man. He's way too good. And yeah, to me, he's a certified champion. To beat Holloway twice, come run and do this to Ortega, and you beat Aldo on the way in. I mean, maximum respect to this guy and his whole team at CKB. You know, we got love for the guys at CKB, Eugene Bearman. Those guys are ridiculous, and you could see the respect from these two guys to each other after the fight. Um, Ortega was transported straight to hospital, and you know, he even left the caption saying, "Pray for me." That's how much this fight took out of him. So you know, it's just one of those. Volkanovski fights next. I think he's gonna wait to see the winner of Yair Rodriguez and Max Holloway, and I think one of those guys is gonna be getting the gonna get the shot at Volkanovski again. So good fight of the night. It was well worth it. The co-main event, Valentina Shevchenko. You could see her there. I mean, what else does she have to prove in that division? I mean, they keep lining them up. She keeps knocking them down. She's just dominant from start to finish. You could see the combination, and everybody, they always say they got a game plan until you're in there with the fighter, and that's what Lauren Murphy thought she had. She thought she had a game plan that could beat Valentina, but Valentina is just not one of those fighters you can just walk in there and think uh to execute your game. She's just gonna let you and allow you to do what you want to do. That's not how Valentina works. Valentina, she come in there and she came to win, and lay down dominance, which is what she did the entire fight until she was just ready to get her out of there. Um, and I think the beginning of the end for Lauren Murphy was throwing that Superman punch that didn't really land, but kind of pushed down Valentina, and that got her pissed. She was vexed, and yeah, she just came down, and and she was so pissed off. But that's what happens when you go around messing around with people uh, like Valentina Shevchenko. So congratulations to Valentina Shevchenko on the night. Again, she got the job done, and that's what she wrote. Uh, Moving on, we had Robbie Lawler versus Nick Diaz. I thought Nick Diaz looked good with his hands in the early going. I thought it was fantastic with his hands. I thought it was getting the better of Robbie Lawler, but this is what Robbie Lawler does. He absorbs, and when you're knackered, he goes in for the kill. And eventually, he got Nick Diaz out of there. Um, Nick Diaz, dropped down to the knee, couldn't take any more of the punches that Robbie Lawler was delivering, and yeah, he just wanted out of that fight, and I don't blame him. Fantastic fight from both of those guys. I thought both of them they gave their all, and uh, more power to those guys. For Nick Diaz, they settled the old score from 2004. That's how I look at this fight. This fight was meant to happen at 170. It ended up happening at 185. Um, and Lola still, still put on the show. And yeah, good win from Lola. Let's see what's next for him. Curtis Blades versus Jairzinho Rosenstrike. Yes, this was a fight that I was really looking forward to this fight because Curtis Blade, everybody know Curtis Blade is my guy. Um, Shout out to you, my guy, my sensei, the coach. Thank you very much, my brother. That fight was crazy, absolutely insane. Um, like I was saying with Curtis Blade and Jairzinho, crazy turn of pace. Um, Curtis Blades ended up having his hands raised. I knew his path to victory. It was going to be decision. All he had to do was just ragdoll, take him to the ground, and just control him down there. And whenever he could advance on the positions, that's what he did. And Curtis Blade did his thing. I like what he did, and he's still maintaining his number 4 ranking. It's going to take him a while. While Francis is the champion, I don't even think his Blade is going to get to see Francis while Francis is champion because Francis already beat him twice. So that's not happening anytime soon. Next one up is a girl here, Jessica Andrade. Um, I mean, what can you say? She was just better. She just showed how how crazy that division is. You gotta respect Andrade, man. Andrade, she's got power. She can wrestle her ass off, and she's not afraid to fight neither. She likes to fight in the pocket, and you know, she went in there and basically told Calvillo, we're not on the same level, and you cannot get to see Valentina without getting past me. And to get past me, you gotta go out there and do your job. Um, Cynthia Calvillo could not get the thing done on the night. We had Jessica Andrade's hand being raised, and yeah, very, very, very happy fighter right there. Um, I don't know what's next for her. She said she wants Rose, she wants Whaley again, and I think I suppose she deserves it. I suppose with the performance she's put in, she deserves it. We see what happens. We see what happens. Um, Other fights on the card: Mother Ferry versus Talia Santos. Talia Santos. I mean, she showed class. She showed class. She showed power against Mother Ferry. Knocked her down. I thought Talia Santos was really, really good. She gave a really, really good showing. And let's see what happens to her in that division. I think she's made a lot of noise. She's made a lot of noise, definitely, and she's gonna start getting that recognition. Dan Hooker against Hak Parast. Um, this one is new to me. UFC doing shot of the night. Is that for the pictures? I don't know what that's for, but I just thought I'd bring it to you guys anyways. It's called shot of the night. I'm gonna look more into that and see what that really means. Shot of the night. And we had uh, Merab Devashvili, who also got performance of the night. Devashvili, fantastic fight for him. I thought he was getting smoked. I thought he was getting knocked out. But for some reason, he hung in there. He came back into the fight and took it to Moraes, and literally got more. He dealt with Moraes, and yeah, that's what Merab is all about. He just doesn't stop. So fantastic night for Merab there. It's going to be a problem in that division for sure. In 135 division, he's going to ask a lot of good questions from all these top contenders. Um, and we have Chris Dakal making light work of Abdul Rakimov. Um, and Chris Dakal also got performance of the night there. So yeah, I mean, it's a good weekend of fights. Fantastic night of fights. I like everything that I saw. I'm happy with it, and yeah, you know, we got a lot of fight nights coming up. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, please share, like. I just want to bring you the news early in the morning before I go straight into work. So salute to everybody that's joined me this morning. All of you guys that's watching on playback, thank you to you guys. You guys are the best. Thank you very much. And on to the next video. Hasta la vista. Salute.